fine.
Oh,
Phyllis?
thank you.
Okay. Now, does Gail or Mary, you do a lot of trade shows. Do you have any any thoughts along that line? Mary? I don't know. She may not on that area. So, but I'm just saying is that another thing I think you also asked, Jerry, was what do they say when they say they only wear cheap bras?
Right. Oh, that was it. Yes.
But the other part of it, and I immediately rallied to that one. I said, okay, fine. Now you think about that's all there is on the market is cheap bras. So they have to wear that kind. And the fact of it is, when they look at us, they think, well, you're different, and then that's why you never, ever, 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 ever tell the price. That is absolutely a no-no. And so I always, when they go ahead and they say, well, how much are your bras? And I've had the best of them, attack me from all ways. And then I sit there and say, well, how much do you usually spend for bras? Always answer a question with a question. And then you go ahead and say, well, how much do you usually pay for them? Oh, well, I don't spend over $30. Oh, okay. Well, then how many bras do you buy per year? Well, I at least buy 5 or 6. Okay, well, let's take 30 times 5. You spend about $150. Are you happy with your bras? No, I'm not happy with them. And in doing so, okay, well, would you pay a little bit, would you invest a little bit more if you knew a bra was going to be comfortable and that you buy less bras and you'll save money by buying the bras? Well, yeah, who wouldn't? You might get an answer like that. So I always tell them and say, okay, the average bra on the market today is about $40. And so if you buy 5 per year, it's about $200 a year. Over a 2-year period of time, that's about $400 you're spending in bras, and you're not comfortable. You aren't making a good investment in some of these because they're not giving you the value that they should be. And that's why we'd like to talk to you about our bras, because we have a totally new concept in bra design. I never, ever, ever tell the price. I don't care. I've had the expert trying to get it off of me, and they get it. Because I wait until I get that bra on them. After I'm ready to tell them, then I'll say, I look up, and if they ask me, I'll say, I'm not quite sure. I want to make sure this is right for you. And I can dodge them very easily. And then when I get all ready, then if they have it on, because you see, I'm not selling money. I'm selling a concept. And they have to sell themselves. I can't sell them, because remember, we don't sell, ladies. We only tell. And let them sell themselves. When they sell themselves, they can see there is value there. Then they're willing to exchange their money for that concept. But if you're gonna tell them a price, well, they're only thinking of this thing they've got at home in their drawer that wasn't too great. So why should I pay more for something like that? They don't know the difference. So I can't stress that strongly enough. We never ever tell the price up. And if you do that, I think you're going to find that the ladies will listen to you, and in doing so, excuse me, you'll be able to go ahead and get your message across to them in a manner that's not going to be pressure, but at the same time, they're going to realize this is wonderful. So does that answer your question?
It does, and yet I have one other add-on in that. When have you ever had somebody call you or ask you, do you give them any, you're at a trade show and they say how much, do you ever give them a range, or you just say you have to be fitted for me to see what size?
Well, I always tell them, I'd be doing you a great injustice if I told you any price, because that may not be right. Well, then I've had one time I was at a show, and this lady came up and she said, well, just tell me approximately. Right. And I said, I can't. I really can't. I would be doing my product a great injustice, because I don't know that's the price of it. Well, just give me a range. I can't do that. And they can't get it out of me. They cannot get it out of you if you won't tell them.
Okay.
That's
good.
And it works out, and then in doing so, once they get on, say, I'll be glad to tell you once I know exactly what I'm talking about as far as what size you're going to go into, because the size that you're in is not probably the size you're going to go in ours, because ours really give you the best fit possible.
Very good. Can I add something?
Sure, I'd love to have you add.
Yeah, what I usually say is, I really try not to give a price or even put it on my sheet. I just say it's price per cup, and we have over 200 cups, and people are deceiving. I really need to fit you, and there's no obligation, and I just back off.
Right.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, you just don't dare tell the price, because it'll never work, and you'll get yourself in a corner, and you can't win. You just can't. because they aren't comparing the bra with what ours does against what theirs has. So it makes a big difference. The value isn't there for the other bras, but it is for ours. Mm-hmm. Okay, does anybody else want to add anything? No? Okay, well, anyhow, that was a very good question.
And thank you, ladies.
Wasn't that great? See, now you ask and ye shall receive. Very well. I was going to actually just kind of finish up tonight by having a question that I know that a lot of people are kind of interested in, is that, when we bring people into the business and if we get clients, wouldn't you love to have them do every month $60 wholesale a month? That's about $120 retail. You say, oh, yeah, in our dreams we would. But, you're not going to do it unless we make a plan of how to do it. Now, I myself, I try products, and you can work with you can focus like on a product that you really like. Well, expose that to every one of your clients and get that enthusiasm and say, I found a product that is so great, I thought of you. And in doing so, I never forget one time when I was a lady who had a dress shop, and I used to go up there quite a bit, and she went ahead and she was, she got to know what I liked. And before you know it, I get a call from her, and she goes, oh, I got your dress in. And I said, what dress? And she says, I got your dress in. And I said, well, I didn't order a dress. Oh, you're kidding. This looks just like you. I can't believe I got mixed up. Really? I said, well, what does it look like? And she went on and on. I said, really? Well, maybe I might stop by and take a look at it. Before you know it, I was buying this dress. She knew darn well that I didn't order that dress, but I got my curiosity up. Well, the same thing can be done with any of our products. Like, for instance, some of the ones on special, like that ceramide, or how about that aloe vera soap? You might say, oh, I don't know if I want to buy it. It's not all about you buying it as much as them buying it. Are you excited about that product? Try it. Work with it. Focus on one product and talk to every one of your clients. I guarantee that you'll sell some of those products. Then follow up and say, didn't you love that?
I didn't lose that call, but I didn't get the other one.
Hello? We're still on. And doing that. So if you do that, you're going to be able to get your customers ordering $60 a month. And in doing so, that is going to build your business. That's an active consultant every month, and that's what you want to do. Get every consultant doing $60 a month. Now, how do you do it? If they're not going to do it personally, what they should, because they should use every one of our products, but the most important thing, get their clients, and then that will assure your consultant of doing $60 a month. So it's easy to do if you work with it and plan what products you'll introduce and get them on. Some of your people will love some will like others. But expose everybody. They're not going to come to you and wait for and try to get you to go ahead and say, well, what do you have? You have to go to them and explain that to them. And the most important thing that I have to remember is that the way I was successful in this business, I'm a product of my product. I wear and use every one of our products, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. Now, if you get every consultant of yours doing that, and then they get all of their clients doing it, we've got it made, ladies. We've got it made. It's going to happen. So the $60 active is going to be easy for you if you plan your work and work your plan. And your products are the answer to how that's going to happen. So there we are. We're out of time again, but I do want you to know it was a wonderful call tonight. And send some questions in. We love getting your questions. We love answering them and getting input from all of the girls. So there's no reason why you can't be successful. If you don't know something, ask, and we shall tell you. And we'll all give our opinion. You know how women love to give their opinion. So we'll all be right there to help that area. Thank you, ladies, and have a great week and have a great month, because March is going to be a fabulous month for you.
March Madness.
I know it's going to be March Madness, and we've got so many things going. You can't help but be able to go ahead and make a lot of sales because you've got everything going for you. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you next week. It's going to then be the 8th of March. So we'll look forward. In the meantime, get those questions in. We'd love to receive them. Thank you, ladies, for coming on tonight. Bye. Good night.